First variation. Actually, let me face this way because I want to really show the positioning of where I'm putting my hands. First variation. I'm rounding the back. Second variation. Third variation. Now my eyes are forward, my chin comes towards them. Now I'm going to show the same thing from the side so you can see how I'm positioning the spine. Second variation. Third variation. Now my chin's coming down. Here's another hand variation I'll show from the front first. This helps to exercise the shoulders. Here's another variation. And finally showing the final posture. Now my toes point. From the back salute. And yeah, back to the final posture. Now what you would do is you would just stay here for a very long time, but always Comfortable with slow, smooth Ujjayi breathing. Long exhales. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. Now, since every posture has a counter movement to balance out the parts of the body, that's why the ancient rishis actually called this Vinyasa Krama method of yoga body sculpting science. Pretty much saying in Krishnamacharya's book, one that does yoga properly, who is obese, will become lean, and one who is too skinny will gain muscle. This science is a beautiful, beautiful gift from India that can benefit all people. Now here's the counter posture. Notice the positioning of the hands. And even if you wanted to get into the sides of the hips, here's also, you can add these ones in as well. Other side, my gaze would be above my middle finger. Here's Chatuspadapittam. Again, noticing the position of the hands. Here's a posture, Navasana, but I'm going to go back into Paschimottanasana again. Watch the positioning of the hands. And then a counter posture. And I always like to take a nice Shavasana because this posture is such a good pranic building posture. It has a very strong effect on the samana vayu, or this area of the body. And the ancient rishi in the Hatha Yoga Pradipika highly recommended this posture and saying it's had great benefits. Transitioning to coming standing. Forgot to mention, this posture is a very nice posture to get one prepared to start doing Mahamudra. Because when you're doing Paschimottanasana, you start engaging the bandhas, it tones up the pelvic floor and stuff. And then this would be, so in a progression, it would help you get better at Mahamudra. But for time's sake, the point of the video was just Paschimottanasana and those different variations with the vinyasa. Now to end, I'm going to grab my flute. And I'd like to say one word. It's mitakuye oyasi, which means all my relations. Which the meaning of the word is that we are all interconnected with people, with the animals, with the trees, with the earth. And I think it's just a very beautiful saying. Then I'll play flute.